Hi guys, welcome back to Yoga Precision. My name is Jo Luzzi. I welcome you to your practice today. So, how's your core feeling? Do you feel confused with how to properly engage, or are you confused with where the core actually is? So there's a lot of misconceptions that this is our core, right? The rectus abdominals in the front, but that's only one small part of the core. I want you to think of your body today as a container, because it is a container for all of your organs. So if it's a container, that means the most important part of that container that needs to be strong is the floor of the container, the pelvic floor. Then you have the front, the back, and the sides that also need to be strong to support that container. But primarily, the true core of your body is actually the pelvic floor. Now, there's one simple exercise we're going to play with today, and it's going to require one block. And once you start learning to feel it in this way, it's going to feel so different than just trying to use your abs, right? These are the surface muscles. These are the muscles that are actually just the helpers. They're not the primary muscles. Okay, so I'm going to have you lay down on your back. You're going to take a block and start with it between the top of your inner thighs. Place it way up there and then squeeze it with your inner thighs. Press down through the feet and just begin here, closing your eyes. You can bring your arms down by your sides. And I just want you to breathe and squeeze the block. And feel just the simple action of squeezing the block, what's already happening. Just slow everything down and just notice. What do you notice on a subtle level when you squeeze the block? Now relax and don't squeeze the block. You can leave it there, but just relax your legs. Notice what you feel when the legs are relaxed. Take a breath. And then re-engage, spread the toes, squeeze the block again. What do you notice when you start squeezing the block? Maybe up in the belly area a little bit more now. All right, now keep squeezing the block. You're going to slowly begin to push the block down until your pelvis tilts forward and your lower back arches away from the ground. Then you're going to go the other way. You're going to squeeze the block, tuck the tailbone, and push the whole lower back down, almost lifting the tailbone off the floor. Now go back and forth like this several times. Inhaling, squeezing the block to arch. Exhaling, tucking the tailbone, rounding, pushing the back into the floor. Just following the breath. Feet and the legs are engaged the entire time. Good. Now, next time you're arching your back, you're going to stay there. And I want you to bring the heels of your hands to the very top of your thighs and then give them a really strong push. Really strong push with your hands. So now you're starting to create some resistance. You're squeezing the block, you're pushing the block down. You're arching your back, which I love how this feels. It's like a nice release on the lower back. Now, I want you to keep pushing with your hands. Keep squeezing the block, pressing it down. And at the same time, now, start to go towards tucking the tailbone. But you're not going to tuck the tailbone and flatten your back. You're going to go until you feel, until you're about neutral. Neutral means we're not overarched, we're not over tucked, we're right in the middle. Now remove your hands and just trust what you're feeling. Neutral pelvis. There's a very, very slight space, tiny sliver of a space underneath your lower back right now. Barely anything, but it is there. We don't want to completely flatten the lumbar curve. Now keep squeezing the block. So now you're lengthening the pubic bone, which is the front of the pelvis, and you're lengthening the tailbone, which is at the back. You're actually trying to lengthen both of those towards each other at the floor of your pelvis. Now, can you hold this? Bring your arms by your sides with your palms down and lift your feet an inch or half an inch off the floor. Now just stay. And breathe, keeping the pelvis in neutral. So if you lifted your feet and your back created a huge arch, you need to pause, get back to that same position and try again. But it's not easy at first, right? If our core is weak, it's going to be hard to keep that neutral position. Just keep lengthening the pubic bone in the front and the tailbone in the back, and then bring the feet down. Now, take the block, keep it on the lowest level underneath your sacrum. Bring your feet down flat, tuck the shoulders under your back. Pause here, press down through your feet. Roll your thighs in. Lengthen again from the navel down, so you're arching your back. Then at the back, lengthen the tailbone as well and wait to come to neutral pelvis. So it's like you're trying to do both at the same time. Pubic bone in the front, tailbone in the back, until you get to neutral. Now you've got to hold neutral. Bring your fingertips to the points, hip points in the front, and just lift the right foot off the floor, keeping the pelvis in neutral. Bring it down. The pelvis should feel locked in position now as you start moving your legs. The pubic bone in the front and the tailbone in the back are lengthening towards each other. This is how we start to engage the first layer of our pelvic floor. There are 3 layers. This is the first one. Just slow, slow movements. Now what you can do is keep doing this, which is simple and doable. So as you just start to strengthen your core, this is a little easier. The next option would be to try to lift both feet at the same time. So you have to wait again for the pelvis to come to neutral and then float your feet off the floor, bringing the knees just over the hips and back down again. Keep the feet engaged, the legs toned. The pubic bone in the front, the tailbone in the back, lengthening towards each other. There's a big difference here between the legs being lifted and floating up from the core and the low belly versus just lifting the legs independently. Do about 3 or 4 more slowly. If you feel a little bit of shaking, that's normal, that's good. Let that happen. And bring the feet down, take the block away, rest, let the soles of the feet come together, let the knees open, relax the legs, relax the pelvic floor, relax the belly. and breathe. Now I want you to practice this exercise for a while. Try to practice it daily. And each time you do, make sure you prepare first in the way that we've done in this class. So you do the slow cat-cow movements, then you bring the pelvis into neutral, and then you start lifting and lowering the legs. Now you have options with this block. You can start on the lower level, and then as you get a bit stronger, you can turn the block to the medium level, and then all the way to the high side. Okay, so you can slowly work your way towards that. Please leave me some comments, ask me some questions. I'd love to help you with this. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you in the next practice. Namaste.